The morning was crisp and clear. As the sun began to rise over the majestic mountains that surrounded the American Air Force Academy, the air had a sharp bite, typical of early mornings in Colorado, as cadets filed off the buses and into the sprawling campus. Among them was Lieutenant Samuel "Sam" Barnes, a young man with a dream to become a pilot, an Air Force pilot. His heart raced as he looked up at the tall, impressive buildings and statues of past military legends. This was it. His future began here, at the prestigious Air Force Academy. He walked briskly to the registration area, where an array of instructors greeted each cadet with professional but stern smiles. After a few minutes of paperwork and checking into the dorms, Sam found himself with his duffel bag in hand, heading toward the cafeteria. It was in the cafeteria that he met Ensign James "Jim" Collins. The two exchanged pleasantries. As they sat down together at one of the long dining tables, Sam introduced himself, explaining that he had just arrived from a small town in Michigan, while Jim shared that he came from a long line of military officers. Though this was his first time at the academy, the food wasn't much to rave about, but the camaraderie that followed made it feel like a home-cooked meal. As they ate, they spoke about their dreams, their hopes, and their future. Sam shared his biggest aspiration, to one day become a fighter pilot, to soar through the skies and pilot one of the most advanced jets in the world. His eyes lit up when he spoke about his love for aviation, and Jim listened intently. "You know," Sam said shyly, "I always wanted to marry one of the fellow cadets. There's this girl in my unit, Sergeant Anna Thompson. She's got this grace, this power. I can't help but admire her from a distance, but I'm too shy to tell her how I feel." Jim chuckled. "You've got to go for it, man. What's the worst that can happen?" "I'll think about it," Sam replied, laughing nervously. Life at the Air Force Academy was tougher than Sam had expected. Every day was a challenge, both physically and mentally. The rigorous training pushed him and his fellow cadets to their limits. Early mornings were spent in intense physical training, running miles, lifting weights, and completing obstacle courses designed to test both their strength and resilience. In the evenings, cadets attended classes on military tactics, aviation theory, and military history, all while adhering to the strict rules and discipline that came with academy life. The instructors were tough, but fair. They instilled in the cadets a sense of duty, of honor, and of the importance of maintaining impeccable standards. Sam and Jim quickly became close friends, helping each other through the tough moments. They shared stories of their struggles, laughing at the tough times, yet always focusing on their goals. Despite his doubts about approaching Anna, Sam's thoughts often drifted to her. Every time she passed him in the hallways or during training, his heart skipped a beat. But as much as he wanted to confess his feelings, the fear of rejection held him back. Jim, being the more outgoing one, encouraged him every day. "Just tell her, Sam. You'll regret it if you don't," Jim insisted after another training session. Years passed. The cadets grew stronger, faster, and smarter. Sam worked tirelessly, his focus never wavering. Finally, the day came when Sam completed his final flight task, a high-speed maneuver that earned him the respect of his peers and instructors. The moment he received the commendation for his excellence, his heart swelled with pride. He had done it. He was officially a part of the Air Force's elite fighter pilots. Soon after graduation, Sam received a letter that would change his life forever. It was an official offer to join the elite Thunderstrike Squadron, a team of fighter pilots renowned for their skills and bravery. Sam's dream had come true. Jim, on the other hand, chose a different path. He focused on the intelligence and statistics aspect of military operations. His analytical mind and sharp eye for detail made him an invaluable asset to the military. Despite their different career paths, the two remained close friends. The day before Sam was set to leave for his first mission in Iraq, he gathered the courage to tell Anna how he felt. He found her in the courtyard, practicing a series of combat maneuvers. "Anna," he began nervously, "there's something I've been meaning to tell you for a long time. I care about you. I think you're amazing, and I'd like to be more than just friends." To his surprise, Anna smiled. "I've been waiting for you to say that, Sam," she said softly. "I've admired you from afar, too." They embraced, sharing a long kiss under the setting sun. It was a moment Sam would never forget. The next morning, Sam and his squadron boarded their jets, preparing for the mission. He kissed Anna goodbye, promising to return safely. The mission in Iraq was grueling. Sam, flying the F-22 Raptor, was one of the jet pilots tasked with neutralizing a terrorist stronghold. The air was thick with tension as the jets soared into the sky, their engines roaring. During a critical strike on enemy forces, disaster struck. Sam's jet was hit by enemy fire, and the entire cockpit began to malfunction. His instruments blinked erratically, signaling the imminent danger. "Eject! Eject!" Sam yelled to his crew, urging them to abandon the aircraft before it was too late. But his team hesitated, unsure of the severity of the damage. Finally, with no choice, they followed orders, leaping into the sky with parachutes deployed. As Sam's jet spiraled toward the ground, he made a final call to the terminal, his voice calm despite the chaos. "Jim, I want to thank you for everything. You were always there for me. And Anna, I love you. Tell my mom I love her too." He paused for a moment, his thoughts drifting to his wife, his friends, and the life he had led. "I'll see you on the other side," he whispered. before the jet exploded in midair. In the terminal, Jim stood silent. He could hear the echo of Sam's voice in his mind as the personnel around him stood at attention. They removed their caps and bowed their heads. The loss of such a courageous soul was felt deeply by all. The Academy, the squadron, and even the nation mourned the loss of Lieutenant Sam Barnes. His bravery, his love for his country, and his devotion to those he cared about became a legend. The Thunderstrike Squadron retired the number of Sam's jet, and a plaque was placed in the Academy to honor his sacrifice. Jim, though grieving, continued his work, knowing that his friend's legacy would live on in every mission, in every training, and in every jet that soared across the skies. Sam's story became a reminder that the true meaning of being a soldier was not only in the battles fought, but in the bonds formed, the love shared, and the sacrifices made. The story touches on themes of friendship, duty, sacrifice, and love, while giving readers or viewers an inside look into the life of military cadets, their training, and the strength required to overcome both physical and emotional challenges. If you have watched to this end, don't fail to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button for our next video.